Hi, Rob Aubrey here with Productive Agent. I'm real excited about introducing this new marketing solution that I developed. I'll give you the short version of it right now. Basically what it is, I've developed a way where we can mail postcards to, I developed it as apartment complex mailers. So I can mail postcards that we can tell which address is reading our postcards. That's pretty slick, and I'll kind of walk you through it, but I just wanted to, that's it. So we can send, I call it direct mail on steroids, right? So we have the ability to know who's reading our mail. So the way it works is, I'll give you the backstory. I started out building an email campaign to renters, and so I go to ChatGTP, I get 26 topics, create an email for each one, and I get it all set up. I have everything in a spreadsheet ready to start building the campaign in the software. And then I'm thinking, boy, where am I going to get enough renters' email addresses to make this a viable solution? So I said, should have asked that question first. So anyway, I know we can do it through direct mail. So in direct mail, there's a rule called the 40-40-20 rule. And so what that means is 40% of your marketing is your list, your audience. And then another 40% of that is the message to that audience. So that, and then 20% is the aesthetics. And I find that most loan officers and real estate agents, they spend 90% on this aesthetics and then 5 and 5 on the rest, right? So, but let's think about that. Let's say you had a list of senior citizens where you're not going to mail them pieces about snowboarding, right? I mean, it's not going to do it. So that's kind of an extreme example. So, but even if you did a geographic farm, you have multiple audiences in there. You have people that just bought, so their needs of selling are slim, and then you have people that bought their Rambler in there, 10 years ago, but they're going to live there another 20 years. So that's not a real good target. You have people that are renting in there, so they're not a real good target. So you have this 500 units or whatever, and only a fraction of them is going to resonate with your message. So you're putting your message onto a lot of people that aren't interested. Now, if you take an apartment complex that is 100% renters, okay, 100% renters, 99% of them have thought about buying a home. So, man, we have a really, really focused group that is ready for our message. And so that's kind of the thinking behind that. But the key is, you don't know who lives there. You don't know their names. We can get their addresses. We have to buy the list. And I'll kind of walk through some of that. But so the idea I came up with, what about QR codes? Well, we can tell how many times it's been scanned, but that's not like email tracking. Then I said, man, can we figure out a way to create a unique QR code for each postcard? Well, I kind of did that with, like, say, Bitly wanted a paid services to create them. And that was very cumbersome because it couldn't scale. In other words, you couldn't just upload a list and then put it back in there. You had to do one at a time. And that is just not feasible at all. So I actually have software that came with my printer. So I have a bunch of printing equipment from when I owned my brokerage, and I did a lot of direct mail. And so something deep down in the bowels of that software will actually create QR codes on the fly. And so you just have to have a URL in the spreadsheet, and then it'll convert it to a QR code. And so then I had to develop a way where each record had a unique URL, but still go to the same page. So, because the idea is we're going to drive them to a landing page. And so I've developed a way where I can literally have I can print 10,000 postcards. All 10,000 records would have a QR code taking them to the same landing page, but each QR code is different so that we can go back into the back of the website and see which one is going to the unique URL, which unique URL they're landing on. So we're able to track which address is reading our mail. So right now, the only system I have available is for apartment complex mailing. And so I will be developing more for database marketing, SOI type of marketing, geographic farming, and things like that. And so right now I'm looking for partners. I've had a handful that said they're interested, only 2 to kind of step forward a little bit and actually picked out a complex. So we're moving forward on that. But so that's kind of the basics of how that works. So let me give you a real quick 1, 2, 3 on that, right? So here's like a sample of the postcards, right? This is a sample. Well, let me give you a sample of the database, right? So I have 6 records, and then even though they're all in the same complex, I broke them up into 2 campaigns. So each agent that, or each apartment complex, or whichever how we decide, would be have its own campaign name. So I just picked, Park Place and Boardwalk, right? I mean, this is we're playing Monopoly here. So with real money. So anyway, so in this complex, it would be, campaign 1001, 1002, 1003, same thing for the second campaign, right? And so that when someone scans one of these postcards, then we go to the back of the website. Oh, I thought I had that page open. Oh, here we go. So here's what it looks like. So it'll show you that. So multiple people, when I did the demo, were scanning. So this campaign and this record was scanned 5 times it visited. Because when I put it on the screen, I had people watching the video demo. They actually scanned it. So anyway, so we can track that. And then you as a participant, you would have your own spreadsheet that would be updated on a daily basis so that you can log in every morning and see the list of which record, and then you have a list of the apartment complex so you can match them up. So I hope that makes sense. So anyway, so that's kind of how the tracking works. So here's the web page, and I'll put. So anyway, so basically we're going to be mailing out 8.5 by 5.5, so a half page, full half page postcard jumbo on gloss paper, but it looks just like this. The reason why we're doing this is, the goal is to get them to scan so that we can track them. And then we'll discuss lead follow-up in a minute. But so with it, so everything that comes with it is, I'll create the landing pages. I'll buy the addresses. Obviously, you're going to pay for them. If we're partnering together, you only pay for half. I'll provide the bulk mail permit. I'll design the mailers. The address side of the mailer would have, if you work with me or work with another loan officer, it doesn't matter. So 2 other people, and then we'll go through that. And then, so I'll print the postcards, we'll mail them, we'll do the QR, track the QR scanning, we'll send you a report, the address is scanned, you'll receive an email, because part of that is, so on here's a sample of the landing page. It's going to be a little more unbranded, right? It'll be a little more unbranded. But it's also, so they're going to watch the video of the cost of waiting for rates to come down. And then I walk them through that. Basically, we all know that if rates come down, prices are going to spike. So then they could sign up for a home buying webinar. I'm going to be providing those. That'll be provided. That's part of the service. So if they fill out an email, and then I'm working with a way that I can have them sign up for, if they sign up for this, they're automatically going to be added, if you're one of my partners, to my weekly email tips so that we can drip on them. Because we already know their address, they sign up here, we got their name, phone number, and email. So now we have all their contact information. And so, but I'm going to have a separate one that they can just sign up for weekly email tips. And so, and we'll know which record it is, because I have it coded inside the form in the website, so that when that address scans the QR code and they fill out a form, we know which address it is. I know who it belongs to. So if I'm doing campaigns with multiple agents, so we'll know which agent it belongs to. You'll instantly get an email as soon as they fill out the form. So you'll know. And then we'll discuss a joint follow-up campaign. And we'll discuss that, but let me go through some of this. So here's the cost. An apartment complex list is $119 divided by 2 people. So if you partner with me or you partner with someone else, then you split it 50-50, it's $59.50. And then the mailing cost, it's 70 cents, but if you're splitting it 50-50, your cost is 35 cents. You have to have a minimum of 300 units to make this work at that price. If you do less, which 2 things, I don't advise you do less, it's just too small of a list. But 2, if you go less than 300, the postage cost goes up. So the 300 gets us a better postage cost. And it has to do with 300 units inside a carrier route. So anyway, so that's that. So click on apartments.com. Let me just open that up, kind of show it to you. If you go to, well, let's just say South Jordan, right? We'll push in South Jordan. Little fat thumb and type in there, South Jordan, Utah. And then on here, I have the instructions to, you want to search on the, when you find a complex, you want to just copy this right here. And then when you get to the complex, you find one, say Jordan's, we'll just open up a bunch in a new tab. And then I'll show you. So you just go to each one. We just do Control F or Command F if you're on a Mac, drop it in, and then boom, it scrolled down and it shows us it's got 539 units. So that's a good one, right? And then the next one, we do the same thing, right? Control F, Control V, this has 400 units. Another good one, 243, not a good one. You get the picture, right? So that's what you're looking for is 300 or more. 4 and 500 is better because, and so your cost, if you're partnering with somebody, whether you partner with me or someone else, your cost for mailing 500 postcards a month is 35 cents each, $175 per mailer each. Now, here's the thing. Plus, you have your one-time cost of buying the list. And then there's another one-time cost, your cost of $25. We have to certify the list. That way we get we're able to print the intelligent mail barcode to get the deep discount on the mailing. If not, postage goes up. Postage is one of the higher costs in the production. And so that's how the cost breakdown works. And so let's talk about follow-up. So if we do an email drip, they're more likely to talk to a loan officer because they don't view loan officers as salespeople, which, I am. And so where they view real estate agents, just pure sales, right? And so, they're a little gun shy in the beginning, but they're more apt to talk to me a little deeper so that maybe I can get them in and pre-qualify them. And then I'm obviously introducing you, the agent that belongs to that particular campaign. So the first thing we do is, maybe send out a handwritten card and just to introduce ourselves, right? So, hey, my name's Rob Aubrey. I'm a loan officer. I partner with, Betty agent, whatever, Bob buyer agent. And so then here's our cards. If you have any questions, call us, and then we'll send out a postcard a month. Now, here's the key. This is not a one and done type thing. You have to commit in your mind that you're going to do this for probably a year. And now you can see transactions before a year, but it'll take, 6, 8, 10 months to get the accumulation effect. Let's say the first month, direct mail, you typically get about a 1% response rate. Now, I believe with how focused our audience is on a focused message, that I believe that we could probably get 4 or 5% response, especially if it's just a scan and a QR code, maybe even higher. So let's just go say 4% and we have 500. Well, that's only 20 people. So, you have 20 people one month. Well, say the next month you get redundancy, but another 12 scan, so now you have 32, you get the picture. So after 6 or 7 months, you may have, several dozen of them in your follow-upping campaign, people that were trying to drive to get their emails and move them up into the funnel, right? So the scan is putting them at the top of the funnel. We're trying to move them down, collect their contact information, move them down. We're trying to get them into the webinar and then move them down and qualify them, get them a loan. So the accumulation effect of 6, 8, 10 months. And then after that, if you're mailing 500, I can't imagine you wouldn't get a deal a month out of that if you do the follow-up. We have to, obviously we're going to partner on that, but we'll talk about that. And so, but the key is the commitment and the follow-up. If you don't follow up, then it's, there's no point in even starting. So I hope that makes sense to you. And so if you're interested, then just give me a call. And, my number is 801-999-8209. Again, 801-999-8209. And I'll be glad to, get on a Zoom call and help you understand if you have any questions, help you pick out a complex. If you have a partner, we'll both jump on there. If you just want to partner with me, we'll talk about it because I only want to partner with people that are going to commit to the time and the follow-up. So anyway, give me a call, 801-999-8209. Thanks. Make it an awesome day.